You are seen, you are more than what has been. Rise, woman, rise, your courage has a name. For the mother still believing, for the wife who carries pain, for the sister rebuilding after loss and public shame. There is dignity within you. There is beauty in your scars. You are not just surviving, you are living as an art. Rise, woman, rise. Your story is not over. Lift your eyes. Grace is getting closer. You are strong, you are seen, you are more than what has been. Rise, woman, rise. Your courage has a name. No shame will define you. No fear. Rise, your story is not over. Lift your eyes. Grace is getting closer. Uchechigeme, a place where hearts can heal. Uchechigeme, a place where hope is real. Woman of courage, you are not alone. She has carried many seasons with a smile the world could see. But behind the quiet window was a heart that longed for peace. She has waited through the silence. She has prayed through many nights. She has stood when storms are rising. Still she held a little light. Woman of courage, you are not alone. There is a place of healing. There is a way back.
I think I'm coming out loud and clear here.
Rise, woman, rise. Your story is not over.
Okay, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. You're welcome, Joe. Hi. All right. Good afternoon, my conscious ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this website launch of Uchechigeme. As you know, my name is Uchechigeme Anyanwototo Okukano. I am a transformative life coach. I am a wife, I am a mother, I am a woman, and someone who understands that living is not merely about existing, but it is an art. Today is a very special day for me, and I am excited. It is a public unveiling of a vision that has lived within me for a very long time. A vision that shaped not only me becoming a professional in training, a professional trainer, or a professional transformative life coach, but also being shaped by life experience. So thank you everyone for joining me today. Those from the United Kingdom, those from Nigeria and Biafra, those from all over the country in the African continent, those in the Europe, America, and every other part of the world. So I say good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on where you're listening to me from. As you join today, please, you can introduce yourself in the comment section, just write where you're watching from, and stay tuned. This is more than a launch of a website. It is an opening space for reflection, for honest conversations, a space for healing, growth, rebuilding, and transformation, most importantly. It is a space where people can come within without being judged, without pretending to be who they're not. It is a space where we can examine the lives that we are living, the experiences that may have shaped us, and the choices that will determine what comes next in our life. So before I walk you through the platform, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has encouraged me, who have supported me, prayed with me, and believed in this very vision. I also want to acknowledge my fellow coaches who are here. There are three of them. Joe was quite ill. Josephine was quite ill this morning, so I have Jamie and Joe in the house, and I am excited. So thank you for joining me today. Um, the name of this platform or this website is Uchechigeme, and the tagline is "Living is an art." An artist does not simply throw colors on a canvas without consciousness. So every line, every stroke, and shade, and every decision contributes to the final picture. And life is the same. So every decision we make becomes a stroke on the canvas of our lives. Every relationship that we enter into leaves a mark. Every experience we gather will also add color to the canvas. And don't forget that every disappointment as well will teach us something, and every loss changes something in us. Every moment of courage redraws the picture. But many people are living unconsciously, many are living unconsciously. They are reacting to life without understanding what um, or why they are behaving the way they do. They are carrying inherited fears, childhood wounds, social conditioning, cultural expectations, religious pressure, family patterns, and unresolved pain. And they may be functioning outwardly, but inwardly, they are struggling with a lot. I will not talk about my niche here because we're here to launch the website. That will be for my fellow coaches to look at. And they can talk about that and talk about what they understand by coaching. So the second thing that I will look at on the website would be about, or the first thing rather is about me. So producer, can you just share a little part of that whom and then switch to about, please? Trying to see, I can't see that part. Okay. Okay, for some reason I can't see it. Okay. Okay. I've talked about a bit about myself and why this website was created. It came from life experience. As some of you know, I am going through, not going through, it's been part of ongoing event in my life where my husband is incarcerated by the Nigerian government. So there are so many things in life that this space was birthed from. Apart from that, there has been a lot of events there is no event in life that I have not experienced, and that has shaped who I have become today. And working with a lot of people, I know that we all need a space where we can come in and walk with someone who understands that part of us. So just excuse me. Okay, so this space is about so many compartments of life, every single health, relationship, leadership, dealing with government. There is no part of life that is not on this platform. So I like to stick to 30 minutes, 45 minutes tops, so that everyone can move on for the rest of the day. So if you can, please move to walk with me, please. If you can switch to walk with me. Okay, thank you. So the second thing here, most importantly, why this website is being launched is to take you through what this space holds. I want to show you coaching, membership, and support available through Uchechigeme. Coaching is not about someone standing above you or giving you orders or advising you. It is a structured and reflective partnership. And because I have my fellow coaches here, I will not talk about coaching. I will let them talk us through the meaning of coaching and how people see it, but what exactly coaching is. So, unfortunately, Josephine is unwell this morning, and I'm praying for her to get better. But I have Jamie Fielding in the house, and I have Joe Clegg. So I'll bring up Jamie first to tell us what he knows coaching to be. So Jamie is an IT consultant and a transformative life coach. So Jamie, welcome.
Thank you. Throw me at the deep end with the big question. Okay, so what is coaching? I think ultimately it's a conversation. I think the key thing about it is the coach is not the expert. They are the experts in the process of coaching, but they are not the expert in whatever it is that you want to fix, or want to make better. And that can be any aspect of your life. What the coach does is leads you through a conversation, encourages you to look deeply, gets you to pause and think, challenges you sometimes, and essentially provides a place where the kinds of thoughts that flip through our head day to day, the difficult thoughts, which we then move on from, because we've got to do something with the kids, or we've got to get the shopping, or get on with work, or whatever it is. They provide a really safe, secure, supportive space where you can stick with those thoughts and dig into them, and really understand them, and use that to understand what you really want, why you're behaving the way you are, why you're doing the things you are doing, better understand what you want to change, and then to find ways to do that. Joe, would you like to add anything to that?
Okay. Sorry. Joe wasn't coming. I think she's on.
You're on mute, Joe. Yeah.
On mute. Yeah. But that is Joe Clegg. Joe is a writer. She's done quite a lot of she's known, what I remember she's done is Hey Doggy. So for those of you who's who's been on CBBS to watch Hey Doggy, she's also known for Minibots, Go Jetters, and Big Tree City. So Joe, welcome, and you may have the floor. And thank you for joining.
You're still on mute.
You're mute. She's not coming out. Oh no. Joe, you're still on mute. If you scroll down, to the bottom of your screen, you would see.
There it is.
I don't even get it.
I didn't think I had any control there.
No, you do. You do.
Hi, Uche. Thank you so much. Congratulations on this wonderful piece of work that you pulled together, and to everyone watching. It looks like such a brilliant thing to get involved in. And Uche, Jamie, and I trained together. It was a brilliant training, a very thorough training, a humanistic, positive psychology, cognitive behavioral based training that was really thorough. It brought Jung in. It's all kinds of good things, really, really in service to living an artful life, as Uche is sort of representing here. And I just made a couple of notes about living is an art, and every decision that you make is a stroke on the canvas, is what Uche said. And I think that coaching is uniquely able to help you work out why you want to put a stroke there. Will it serve you to put a stroke there? Is this, you might think, is this the canvas I want to be painting right now? And I think that whereas mentorship might kind of go, you know what, I'm going to find you a great painting teacher, and advice might sort of say, I think your best work is this kind. What coaching does, and Jamie really said that, is that it helps you dig in and understand what you want to change. I think the reason it's so appealed to me is that it's a non-directive modality. So it's not a place to come for advice. It's a place for all of you to be held, to find the if you come because you can't decide, there's some pressure on you about this, but you're not sure whether you want to do that or that. Sometimes I think that somebody who sort of says, well, I think you should do that, it doesn't solve that indecision inside you. It doesn't help. It just adds another pressure sometimes. Whereas what coaching can do for you is look in. Why? You keep mentioning this. You're drawn to this. What is that about? So it's a place to surface fresh thinking, so that the color that you're putting on your canvas is the true essence of yourself. It's a brilliant place to come and learn about who you are, what's important to you, and it's about now and what's next. Not to say that stuff that's happened in the past isn't welcome or useful in the space. It really is, but coaching doesn't turn around and sit in that past. It brings it into the now and next, helps you work out in what way it's holding you back. I sometimes talk about how people are walking around with loads of sort of big overcoats in their wardrobe that weren't ever theirs, don't ever fit, and working that out and kind of going, it's not even me that thinks this. I've picked this up, from dad, or that's what mum always used to say, and actually off it goes. It's weighing me down, and now I'm more me. So it's onward. It's inherently optimistic, and it's a wonderful space in which to be honest and authentic and really try out what feels good in your body. And I think the fact that Uche is built right from the get-go is got this big, platform here, and and is going to be building a community from the off is absolutely amazing. She said she'd talk about her niche. She's right. I'm a writer. My niche is that I work with creatives to help them believe in themselves and be brave and make the work find the real true spirit of the work they're here to make, and go on and make their art, because without art, what are we? So thank you, Uche, so much for making us part of your launch, and I just want to wish you every success.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe.
Okay. Can I just add something from my own experience?
Of course,
First
yes.
of all, thank you, Joe. You can spot who's the writer and who's the IT consultant, I think, from the descriptions. But I think it's worth just adding something from my experience. What brought me into coaching? I've been through phases in my life over the last 15 years where I felt stuck in my career. And this is one particular example, and there are many different examples, but I felt stuck in my career, felt like I needed to leave, I needed to do something different, but also felt trapped because, there's a mortgage and a family and all of that kind of thing. And I didn't know who to talk to. No one who, I've got friends, I've got family, but no one I could really work this out with. And that's why, that is my target. That's what I want to focus on as a coach, because I think there's a lot of people like that. And it is those kind of problems where it's like, there's something here that's not right. There's something I want to do, and I don't know how to go about it. I don't even know how to think about it, possibly. And I think that's where the coach really comes in.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Jamie, and Joe, for this excellent, insightful contribution. As we all know, people think coaching is more like the therapy that people go into, counseling, mentorship. But that is not it. Coaching helps you to find that inner hidden belief and or structure that you're not even aware of. We can be acting out of something, as Joe said, putting on a clothes from dad or from mom and walking in it, and it's so heavy and you don't even know why you're wearing that. And so coaching helps us to find from deep within that underlying cause, belief, or why we are stuck in a place that we shouldn't actually be stuck in, or help us find that path that feels all blurred. So thank you very much, Joe and Jamie. And I hope I will be having you on here. So as I said, the space was specially built by a wonderful, wonderful person who was taking on to be my manager and producer. So everything is in house. It's like a house where you're coming and you find compartment for everything. And that would take me to the mentorship part. So if you toggle, or if you go on the work with me, the coaching we've talked about. So there's also mentorship, where one can actually, if one decides to walk with wisdom, grow with guidance, and become with intention, can coming for mentorship apply. And there are also I've got like quiz and reflection where you can go through membership quiz, go through that, and to understand if you truly want to go through a mentorship program with me. And the course and or the sessions are there, and the prizes, how many months. You have a 6-month mentorship, we have a 12-month mentorship, and we have an ongoing one for one who wants to enroll for something longer. And also there is a consciousness journey there, and there's a reflection quiz where you go through to see if truly you need a discovery call. From there, you can then go on for coaching. So some people are also not coachable, as we know, Joe and Jamie. Some people are not coachable. So if they're not, then we're not able to work with them, or work with them rather. So having said that, that is the work with me. And then to my conscious ladies and gentlemen, we are building a community of consciousness. Here, the Uchechigeme community has been created as a conscious space for human connection, that every single person who becomes a part of this community would see life differently, would view things from the innermost part of knowing and becoming eventually. So there is power in being surrounded by people who are also willing to reflect and learn and grow. So within the community, we are creating spaces for different conversations and different needs. We have the general community for consciousness or conversations. We have reflective gatherings and coffee chat environments where people can connect in a more relaxed and human way. The community is not about presenting ourselves as people who have solved all the problems or every problems. No, that is not the case. This is about becoming more honest, more reflective, more responsible in how we live. It is a place where people can ask meaningful questions also and listen without immediately judging. A place where experience can be acknowledged without allowing those experiences to define the entirety of that person's life. So we have also women for women. So that's for women of courage. We have for women who are going through facing very difficult circumstances. A significant part of my work will support women facing difficult and complex realities, just as I am and I have and still facing. That will be women whose husbands are incarcerated, women whose husbands are in exile, women caring for husbands with serious illness, women who've lost their husbands, women who have become sole carers or providers, whose relationships have changed suddenly because of the circumstances that outside of their control, which they have experienced. These women may be carrying legal, emotional, financial, parental, and or social responsibilities simultaneously. It's just I'm bringing that part of journey that I have been through, still going through, to help women who are stuck and not able to find out. It is not a place where people come and cry, but it's a place where people come and say, this is what I've been through, but this is how I am allowing this to shape me for me to become something stronger and bigger than that which I have gone through. So that's part of the space that we have here. For also men who are facing the same thing. So it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, this is about consciousness, because we have men and women in the world. So either of the gender can be facing the same thing. So men who are raising children while managing their own grief, men who have been conditioned to suppress their emotions, considering where we're coming from, because the society told them that vulnerability is weakness. It often returns as anger. So consciousness teaches us that unexpressed pain does not disappear. So it would flip back and come as anger, it could come as isolation, it could come as addiction, people go into that addiction because of how the society has conditioned them to behave towards a certain emotion. So emotional disconnection and or destructive behavior. So that is part of that consciousness space. So looking at the women of courage, I've looked at that. So we have the women of or conscious women. So that is also women who have not gone through extraordinary pain, like the women of courage, but there are women who are looking to become more aware and conscious of how they live and how they live and how they do things. So that is that part. I'm taking into account the timing. I don't want to do more than 30 minutes. So the producer, can you please move to the media and impact? I think, oh no, sorry, I've not gone through the patron support. So we have apart from the consciousness women of courage coffee chat rooms, we have conscious women chat coffee chat room, and then we have the general conscious community. Then we have the patron coffee chat. So these are people who, it is not just about giving to the work, it is about bringing their experience, bringing their support, bringing their all to make sure that for those who like to see changes in humans' lives and the environment and community. So this is where we would come together to experience amongst ourselves what change could mean and how we can move together to make that happen. So that will be from the patron. So advice, suggestions, experience and how something had happened, and then and how we can move it forward to making this very space a lot more to grow in positivity and excellence. So we also have book club where we can come, we'll talk about book. One thing I learned, good Lord, Jamie is here. Jamie reads every single, I don't know how many, I don't know how many books Jamie reads in a week. we just couldn't catch up. So reading is very important. So our book club is where there are some information, there are some growth that we can pick up from books. So books that will talk about our leadership in where we're coming from. We'll talk about experiences, heroes who have lived, who had faced the same situations that we are going through, and how they maneuvered all of that. So it will be a book club where we'll talk about books people can recommend, like Jamie used to recommend for us in our coaching sessions. So a lot of books, we write them down, we'll buy them, we'll come in, we'll talk about them. Sometimes we come for the book club and we've not read half of the half of the book, and Jamie had finished all of his, and we'll go back to go and read them and then reconvene and talk about the book and how it has shaped us, how it changed us, or how it triggered something that has taken us to think back on something that we may not have noticed in our lives. So that's the importance of the book club. And we can have coffee is virtual, so everyone makes up their coffee and sit and talk about it. So, but there will always be an announcement for any of the chat when or the coffee room whenever they will go live. I think that's that for the community. So can you then navigate to the media and impact, please? Thank you. Oh, sorry. Okay. So for the media and impact, this is where all my advocacy about my husband, our people, the marginalization, everything also on human consciousness will be found here. And my public engagement and public conversations, broadcast and teaching, as well as social commentaries will be found here. So human consciousness is not only personal. So it's something that I like to share with people because I would want more of our people to become conscious um, beings who live with intention and knowing and also becoming. And then the resources as well. This is where resource section will continue to grow. Of course, it's just starting. So continuous improvements that will continue to grow every day, every week. It will include reflective materials, teachings, guides, exercises, articles, videos, and practical tools that support greater self-awareness, that supports one's reflection journey and becoming journey, consciousness journey as well. So I think, and I have a charity. I've run this charity since 2017, and but over time I will start to bring that in on board as well to connect them all. The charity is about kids who are not able to attend school due to financial incapacity of their parents or their guidance, whoever is looking after them. Schools are meant to be free, especially in Africa, but that is not the case. And part of the advocacy work would be to push for the schools' basic education to become free, and free indeed, not free and then they have to pay one or two things. So the charity has been providing school and learning resources for these children and school uniforms and sometimes pay their school fees. And I've done that for years from my personal purse, very small thing that I have. But the part of the bigger work is to make it more so people can support and push the voice out so that the government in Nigeria, all over Africa, would sit up and understand that these children need to attain basic education, very importantly. So I will take permission to land. Is there anything you want to add, Jamie and Joe, before I close up?
Only that you exaggerate my reading.
No.
The intention's there. I don't actually achieve
No,
it.
you read. No, seriously, you read. I don't know how many books you read in a week. I had to ask you, what time do you have to read this?
I don't. As I say, there's lots I want to, but I don't. But anyway, let's not distract the.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So, my conscious ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of this official virtual launch, I want to return to the words at the center of this platform, which is living is an art. So you are both the canvas and the artist. Life may place colors in your hands that you did not choose. There may be dark seasons, there may be broken lines. There may be moments when the picture no longer resembles what you imagined or what you had envisaged, but we can move the colors around and change the sequences and all will be fine. So thank you very much, Joe and Jamie. I am very, very happy that you could make it. And also thank you to my conscious ladies and gentlemen, lovers of freedom and truth and unity and transformation. Thank you for joining. And I hope that we will continue to live in a very conscious and intentional way and being mindful that the other person feels just the way we do. So thank you and have a good evening.